Blynd Submyshynz, where DIY bands submit songs for us to listen and react to blind. Every week, we'll bring a guest from the underground music, arts, or entertainment scene to help you sort through mountains of new music. We go in blind, so you don't have to. Blynd Submyshynz.
Oh, hello, everybody.
Oh, no clap today?
Nah, I don't need it.
Okay.
Absolutely unnecessary.
Hello, hello, hello.
Welcome to a special Monday on a Sunday morning edition of
Blynd Submyshynz. It's the day after Valentine's. Did you have a nice Valentine's yesterday?
I don't know yet. Theoretically,
Can you see into the future what the rest of your day holds?
Yeah. I think it's gonna be just fine. Actually, I think it'll be a good
Be a
day.
super sexy day.
That's the one energy I'm not sure I can do, especially half hour after I got out of bed. All right,
I'll bring it. I've been up since 7. Let's do this.
Yeah, you got morning, not morning person, and very morning person here. So one incompatibility that's pretty funny.
Yeah, we are bringing the sexy Valentine's energy this morning. Hope you all had a wonderful fake holiday.
Yeah, it's not really one we ever celebrated. Sorry.
No, we don't really do too much. The sort of Valentine's was actually kind of the day my wife and I took that next step. So it kind of had, no, not that next step. We were friends. We were really, really good friends up until, and then she gave me a giant bag of Swedish fish for Valentine's, and now we carry that tradition forward. So there's always Swedish fish on our house on Valentine's Day. I know, super corny. Super sweet.
What's everybody's Valentine's traditions? Yeah. In my house, it was a candy holiday essentially, and we would get our own custom box of See's chocolates. Ooh. Hand selected by my mom. The little little quarter-pound box. Yeah. But it was always so fun, even though you knew exactly what was going to be in it. It was like, couldn't wait to get your candy box.
The Valentine, ours were always the Valentine hearts with, you're a cutie.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, except we can all admit those taste terrible. Luckily, they have kind of updated the flavors of that, but the traditional Valentine's hearts are straight trash.
Oh, completely.
I mean, they're basically like Necco wafers, right?
Oh, yeah.
I think that's...
They are. They're thick Necco wafers. Thick wafers.
No good, no good. Well, hey, so let's just say it's fitting who our guests are.
Is it?
Considering it is Valentine's Day and a day after Valentine's Day episode drop.
Yeah.
Because we have a couple.
A couple?
A couple.
That's in a band together?
Weird. Super weird.
That is so weird.
So who do we have today?
Today we have the band Asphodel Wine, which is made up of Sarah Pendleton, who was formerly in Subrosa and is also in a band called the Otolith. And then also Zachary Livingston, who is also in Minsk. Apparently, we'll let them tell us the story of how they met and how Asphodel Wine became a thing.
Yeah.
But I think it was one of those tour love stories.
Oh.
So,
probably.
We'll let them tell us. But, Zachary's in Chicago. Sarah's in Salt Lake. We're in California. So this is a 3-time zone episode today.
Yeah. This is our first time having 2 people on Zoom, too. Yeah. So hopefully we managed the delay pretty well. I know it gets like exponentially worse.
It's going to get interesting.
The more people you have. Zach, I'll also mention, is a high-end bass builder. So he works for Lakland, which is kind of one of the higher-end bass companies, and does some really beautiful work.
Nice.
There, too. So, all right, let's go ahead and admit.
Let's bring them in.
Admit, and let's see how this goes.
And
hello. Oh, look at this. It worked.
Hello.
Welcome. Oh, always groom the beard. If I could,
at all times.
If I could grow any more than this little bit of peach fuzz that I have.
Oh, dude, this took 30 years. Seriously, I couldn't do anything until like 2-3 years ago.
Really?
God, even still, it doesn't grow up here.
Yeah, I'm the same. I'm the exact same way, and I always I start and then I just bail out at some point. I can't stick with it. Same. I tried to grow my hair again too, and it's just thin enough on the top that I just was like, nah. Just throw.
That's
the
even
towel.
harder.
Throw
You
the
gotta
towel.
wait.
How
There's
about you, Sarah? Get on in this beard talk.
Yeah.
I love it. I love to talk.
Yeah, you're kind of surrounded by some legendary beards. When we had Andy on a couple weeks ago, he's a constant
That's a beard.
stroker of that delightful beard.
Dude, yep. We get stopped, like when we'd be on tour, like anywhere in the world, people would stop him and go, ZZ Top.
That happened to Tim once in Germany. Tim from Minsk. And I think the guy was totally serious too. Are you Billy Gibbons?
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yes, I am.
Yes,
yes, I am.
Give me money.
Yeah, that's like the one time we were on tour. We were outside of Seattle, and Troy, our singer, was standing outside, and he had a Judas Priest T-shirt on, and we were in a black Sprinter, and someone actually came up to him and asked him if he was Judas Priest.
Are you Judas Priest?
Mr. Priest? Are you Mr. Priest?
What, Sarah?
That's great.
Do I look like Rob Halford?
No, keep in mind, Troy's got like dreadlocks down to the back of his knees. doesn't look anything at all like Rob Halford. But I guess if you think Judas Priest is a person, you probably don't know what Rob Halford looks like.
We're already.
Yeah.
Well, and I'm sure Judas Priest tours in a Sprinter van too.
I just read his book, actually.
Oh, really?
Rob Halford's autobiography. It's called Confess.
Oh, wow. That's probably a really interesting read.
Is that a new book?
It is. Yeah, it came out, I think, last year.
Yeah, give us your 45-second review.
It was amazing. I mean, he's one of my favorite people on the planet, and it's kind of, a lot of it's really sad. You know, the traumatic upbringing he had to go through, you know, always being a closeted homosexual.
Yeah.
You know, growing up in a religious environment, he was not treated very well by his elders. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, I can imagine. I still look back at the whole Judas Priest phenomenon and really the kind of the way it formed the like classic metal visual identity. And when like everyone looked at this and didn't figure out exactly like he totally nailed everyone. It was fucking brilliant in a way. in a way.
Yeah, and you get a little like inside scoop on like every album. Like it goes album by album. He talks about
that's cool.
Everything. It's a lot of fun.
When I was a kid, we would drive around San Francisco, and if you were in the Castro, like everybody there looks like Rob Halford.
Like Rob Halford. Yeah.
So to me, I was like, "What do you mean he came out? Like, of course he was gay. We knew that, but
I love that.
Yeah,
yeah.
Yep, me too.
The Folsom Street Fair was actually just a Judas Priest look-alike day.
pretty much. Yeah. Oh man, one of the most hilarious experiences of my life actually was I have an uncle. Actually, a lot of my family is from Illinois, in and around Chicago, and my uncle Carl I won't say his last name. Uncle Carl came out to California for the first time, and we went in his rented car to drive around San Francisco, and we got to the Castro, and this is like straight Bible Belt, like not having it. And he was driving, and there were two guys just holding hands walking down the street. And this is probably like 1983, 1984. And his eyes like popped open, his like he swerved and nearly crashed the car, and I was like, oh man. No. Oh no.
It was like something out of an 80s comedy movie. Whoa.
Yeah. Eyes bug out.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. And I was like, glad my parents were...
That's what happened to me the first time I went to the Pride Parade in San Francisco. I was like, oh, but in a good way. No, I have never seen, and to this date, I've never seen anything like it in my life.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
We actually took our girls, not last year, the year before, to their first Pride Parade, and they had so much fun. And I think that was one of the things they were honestly most disappointed about missing this year.
They're a blast.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they're so much fun. Yeah, the first time we took our girls,
the Chicago Pride Parades.
Yeah, we walked in the parade with my company, and they were little, and our contingent was behind one of the leather trucks, and so like all the guys are up there wearing their assless chaps and everything,
Yes.
and they had on all their leather, and I could just see all of us just looking, like you could see the wheels turning, and she goes, "Daddy," and I go, "Yeah." She's like, "Those guys, they forgot to put on their underwear today." And I was like, "Yeah, they did, didn't they?" And she's like, "There's a lot of people here that forgot to put on their undies." I was like, "Yeah, you're right, there are." And then it was just done. It was just cool,
Yeah.
It's awesome. I love them. The pride parades here are just such a great vibe.
Yeah.
Just like you feel like you're inside of a dome of love. And
Yeah.
it's like
awesome.
it stretches through whole entire neighborhoods. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Salt Lake actually has a great pride
We
week
do.
and parade. Yeah,
Yeah,
you wouldn't
do.
expect
And
it. Like it's one of the last places you would expect it, but
I know, and that's one of the reasons why I mean, I feel like it's one of the most beautiful ones I've seen, even though it's a smaller one, because it's just like kind of pressing against this ever-present opposition, But it's like, no, we're here, and we're beautiful, and we're loving, and we're colorful, and sorry, we're not going away.
yeah, completely. That's awesome.
Yes.
So we were kind of talking about
Precisely.
before we came in, like you're joining us from Salt Lake, Sarah. You're joining us from Chicago, Zach. Actually, sorry, Zach or Zachary. Which one do you go by? Either
Either way,
just call me
you can
by
call
my
me.
name.
Zach's fine.
All right.
On paper, I think Zachary looks cooler.
Yeah,
But it doesn't matter.
completely.
Yeah.
So we're in three time zones today, but how did I mean, we know, but we would love to know the story of how you two met and how you actually became Asphodel Wine.
You want to go? You.
Sure. I mean, I'll start, and you can just jump in whenever you want. But so we owe a lot to Cult of Luna, actually, because we met and on tour with them. Subrosa was touring, and Minsk was on the same tour. So it was a pretty short run. How many shows were in that?
5 days.
5 shows. And over the course of that time, we just got to be really good friends, and we were talking like on a daily basis for a couple of years, and before we started tossing around this idea or getting serious about this idea. It was the best way to meet. It's very strange because the chances of the two of us meeting and forming such an incredible bond, really, really slim.
Yeah. It's just like some tour booker putting a package together, and it just happens to be that was the first email that responded, "Yeah, we'll do it."
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's
It really
crazy.
was a pretty wonderful twist of fate, for sure.
So did
Yeah.
the band kind of start off as you sort of swapping tracks back and forth remotely?
I think I popped the question. It was like my "will you go out with me?" check yes or no kind of thing.
Maybe.
Yes!
Yeah, and it was like the fastest. It was your exact words were "get on a plane." Yeah, I had these ideas for a dark 70s country, and it was the idea in my head. And she said she was down, I started working through the demoing process, which was like a first in my life. I've never experienced this process before. And then everything changed. All I had before kind of went out the window, and like new ones started happening because our relationship just slowly evolved, and musical ideas evolved with it.
That's great.
The closer and naughtier it got. And we're about to start demoing our third album.
Wow, I mean, I can't believe you guys are so. It was funny too because I remember when Andy told me originally that he was just about to record you, and I was like, "Oh, that sounds really cool." And then a long time went by until it actually released. So what was the record that you released last year in October? So what was the process for getting that out into the world?
I think it's actually a good thing that no matter where you've been in the music world or what you've accomplished, you don't get a pass. When you're doing you're making new music with a new band, you have to start from scratch, and it's hard work and it's really humbling. But I think it was good for us because we got 1,000 no's before we got our wonderful yes from Consoling Sounds. So
yeah, and it came out.
We didn't even get 1,000 no's. We got 1,000 silence and like 2 or 3 no's.
No responses.
And then nobody else even said anything. Yeah. And then Consoling Sounds was like, hell yeah.
Yeah, no, that's cool. Yeah, the record is really neat too. I mean, I come from a bit of a, on the goth side background, and my band as well. So we have kind of strong ties, and I love hearing the kind of new sounds in familiar genres of music. So it was really cool to hear something completely different with the twin vocals, and then with the strings and stuff. It's just like, well, look, everybody knows we're putting out a Deep Purple cover record. Everyone who listens to this, at least, and that you guys did a song on it, and I was like so excited at the prospect of like, because what are people gonna do who've got a traditional rock setup with a keyboard player, kind of important for lots of Deep Purple. But then with this added element of what you guys could offer with male and female voice and the violin, I couldn't wait, and I was so stoked when Andy sent us the track. It came out great.
I was terrified.
It was really
because mean, Zach,
but it was a dream come true.
It was, and you were the most fearless of all of us, and you just kind of like spurred us on, like, don't be afraid, we can do it, and you made me believe I could do it, which, I mean, I worshiped Deep Purple since I was a little kid, and I grew up listening to them, and I've been singing along to that song since I was just like 9 or 10 years old. But I was so scared. I was like, I can't do it.
Yeah, I mean, it's an ambitious song.
We had actually a couple of years ago, we actually kind of seriously joked about covering it, because we've got this like imaginary cover album list that's ongoing, and that was at the top, and then you guys asked us, and it just worked out wonderfully.
Yeah, no,
it was horrifying though. It's a fucking scary song to try and play.
Yeah, I know. It's weird because it's all about dynamics. That song is just all, with the exception of one cutover where the whole song changes drastically. It's a lot of swells and builds and gradually increasing dynamics, and it just came out great.
Thank you.
A lot of fun. Yeah, Livingston, you just manifested that shit. You were like, song.
It kind of sounds like the whole so far, like the band has just been a bunch of sort of happy little coincidences. Like you just happened to meet on tour. You've been wanting to do that song, but somebody finally asked you if you wanted to join a Deep Purple tribute.
Yeah.
Now you kind of had to. Like,
yeah.
Who knows if we would have actually like mustered the courage to actually cover that fucking song.
Is that
like that's not one of those songs that you can like reinterpret,
Yeah,
it's like their Bohemian Rhapsody or their Stairway to Heaven. Like if you're gonna do it, you have to do it. Otherwise, it's not the song. I don't know.
Yeah,
maybe I just feel that way, but
yeah, no,
it's scary.
I don't think we've told listeners what song it is.
Oh yeah, sorry.
We've been talking about the song.
Okay, now you have 5 seconds if you're listening to guess what song, and send us your guesses. No, they cover "Child in Time," which is if you know Deep Purple, you probably figured out what it was just from us talking about it, because it does kind of stand out in the catalog a little bit, I think. So yeah, it's really cool. And if you're listening, go to gloriadeathrecords.bandcamp.com and you can listen to it already. It's one of the 3 or 4 songs that we've already released as they come in, and more songs keep coming in. I'm apparently about to hear a Yob track pretty soon here, so
they're doing Perfect Strangers, right?
Yes. So I'm very excited to hear that.
Jeez, everybody's excited for that one, huh?
Yeah,
Oh, God,
that's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Not only are they an amazing band, but they're the sweetest, most wonderful people. Oh my
they
God.
are.
It's I mean, I went down a rabbit hole a couple weeks back. I was editing videos and watching YouTube, and I put on a couple of live Yob performances, and it's just you just get the chills.
I know.
It just brings like a tear, like happy tears to your eyes watching Yob. You know,
Yob is love.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I mean, no joke. If I could choose any currently active band to be the first show I get to see, when shows come back, it's Yob all the way.
Yep.
So.
Yeah.
So I wonder if they can play an arena big enough for the all of the people who are thinking that.
Everybody who's thinking the same thing. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, that'll be a moment. That's gonna happen, and that will be a moment. And Chelsea too. She's got tour dates already booked for this year.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, people are cautiously optimistic. We've been getting some booking requests, so. I don't know. We'll see. I think it kind of depends on where you live. You know, California is still behaving very different from Florida. So, I mean, I think there are people already on tour. Just not here.
Yeah, exactly. Kind of speaking of like the first band you want to see when we're done. But, I mean, I think, you know, the pandemic has sort of given us all an opportunity to go down these rabbit holes and to like really discover new stuff. What have you two been listening to for the last almost year? Have you discovered anything new?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I keep a list every year in my notepad.
Oh, nice.
Of like current records of the year released. I almost had like 80 from last year.
Oh, wow.
80 something records. And it was like great because the world didn't shut down. There's still a ton of people being creative.
Yeah.
So who was near the top of that list last year?
Well, I love the new Crippled Black Phoenix record a lot.
Oh yeah.
The new Steve Von Till is amazing. Fuck.
Catatonia.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Catatonia is my favorite. Thank you for reminding me.
I need to listen to that.
Yeah. I probably listened to that more than anything last year.
Yeah, we've been down a few weird rabbit holes over the course of the year. Discovered, have you guys heard of Sleep Token? And this entire phenomenon around this strange. All right. Well, if you want to have some fun, just do a search for Sleep Token. It's this band that kind of appeared, and they're like fully covered ghost style, but the mystery was to you know, everyone thought there was someone huge involved in it. A lot of people thought the front man was Hosier, but it's this like really heavy dark music with then this like crazy Hosier voice singing on top of it. It's really, really incredible. Yeah. And then everyone's
Sleep
going
Token,
and they're, you know, they brand themselves as a cult of some sort, and there's all this like mythos around it that's really fun.
They're worshippers of this deity called Sleep.
Yes, they worship some. Yeah.
Oh, right. I love
pretty cool. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, totally. What about you, Sarah?
You know, honestly, I am pretty lame at keeping up on new music, and that I rely on Zach for that a lot, and like my brother-in-law. But I kind of went down some past. I revived some old things that I've been listening to. A lot of Popol Vuh, a lot of Voivod.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm like kind of bring back the Voivod, but I also have been listening to a lot of Erykah Badu and
nice.
Going back through like old goth stuff like Miranda's Garden and
Switchblade Symphony.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fun. I need to take a trip down Goth Lane again pretty soon here.
Yeah,
it's fun.
Ortiz put out a record last year.
Oh,
it's really good.
Yeah,
Goblin Nose is there and everything.
Oh yes. Yeah, that he came through not too long ago. Actually, played at the Oakland Metro.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Sexy.
Yeah. Yeah. I think there's a few. I think I really got into shoegaze a lot this past year.
Yeah.
Lots of shoegaze.
Like the Nothing record.
Like that Nothing record is insane. So good.
Mm-hmm.
And then somebody else told me about a band called Dive, Diiv. Fuck, so good.
The new
Listen to that a
Caspian
lot.
record's amazing also.
Good. Yeah, you definitely are listening to your music. We've been, we started this little project about 6 months ago. And so just doing the episodes has forced us to listen to all this crazy stuff on Bandcamp, all the music that's been submitted. And we have really found some cool stuff that's, all different styles of music from all over the world. So, one thing JD mentioned to me, JD is obviously from Salt Lake originally, is that he's surprised that the two of you somehow never came across each other, Sarah. Like you guys all know the same people, but never somehow managed to never meet.
Yeah, when I was
I'm sure we were at plenty of the same shows.
probably.
That's a certainty. I mean, were you into the Wolves back in the day?
Did you say the Wolves?
Yeah.
No.
Eli Morrison, Carrie Wakefield.
No.
No? Okay.
No. I think maybe what happened was I moved away in like 2004.
Okay.
So I was gone for a long time, and I haven't really been back much. And when I did move back, it was like it was with a full family and kids.
That makes things different.
But yeah, no, it was funny because I was looking on Facebook, and I was gonna follow both of you for the show, and I'm looking at your list, and I'm like, how the fuck have we never met? Like these are all of my really good friends that are like Jason Knott and Sean McClarity, and
God, Jason Knott is my brother-in-law.
Oh really?
He was just over at my house yesterday helping us move rooms, helping move my kiddo into his new bedroom.
Oh, that's so funny. Yeah. No, all those clear guys,
Dude, Clarity, yeah, like they're all my good buds.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's so crazy. So crazy how you can, just be like running parallel with somebody, but never, never make that cross.
I'm guessing it has something to do with an age difference.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
old man over there.
Old man over here. Yeah, exactly.
I'm proud of it.
Yeah. So I mean, without having to get too personal, as personal as you want, how do you guys manage being apart, being in two different cities? And what's been like the situation over the pandemic? Have you guys
drink a lot?
Drink.
No.
Yeah.
Well, it's a tough one.
Yeah.
It's very hard at all times. It never stops being hard.
Still talking daily.
All day.
All day.
Yeah.
I mean, writing love songs for her helps a lot.
I can imagine,
I had this
actually.
I had this thing that I'm working on. I'm gonna give it to her, and that'll be cool, and that'll like stave off the pain for a little bit longer,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so hard. I mean, he was just here for about 10 days in January for recording, and it was amazing. And saying goodbye was so brutal. Like it was, yeah.
Yeah, and then I carried that goodbye for a 2-hour drive by myself. Or 2 day. Sorry, 2 day.
Two,
drive,
I was gonna say 2 hours. Whoa.
2 day. 2 day drive. Yeah.
Yeah, JD and I are kind of opposite situations. We've been in the same 1,700 square feet with our significant others for almost a year straight now.
Yeah, I mean, that's got to be tough too.
Lucky.
I know.
Yeah,
Right,
it is. I feel lucky, but it's also like, it's everybody gets on everybody's nerves a lot. It's been interesting. I mean, it's so. I was just talking to my wife last night because everybody's making sacrifices, and you won't get into this game of like whose sacrifice is bigger, but that's not really the point at all. Like, just acknowledge that everybody's making terrible. I have a daughter who's a senior in high school, right? So she's missed the last year and a half of high school in person with her friends, just gone.
Missing her senior year.
just completely gone. But then, JD and I are super social people. So, my wife's an introvert, so her life hasn't changed that much, but I'm used to seeing and talking to hundreds of people every week. And so like trying to figure out like, what to do about all of it is so complicated.
So we started a podcast.
I mean, this is so we can
talk to people on Zoom.
Frankly,
I love that. We've been doing, we have friends that live all over the place, and like all the people from Minsk, I love and adore because I met them at the same time I met Zach, and we'll do like a triple date on Zoom with a couple that's in Peoria and a couple that's in Sebastopol, California.
Oh wow.
Because Tim from Minsk lives out there, so and just doing stuff like that, you try to stay sane how you can. But I hear you on the kiddos, man. Whatever sacrifices we're making, they're really difficult, but my heart just breaks for my son. Like, he's just stuck,
Yeah.
How old is he?
He's 11, about to turn 12.
Oh yeah.
That's
an awkward age too.
We have a bunch of those.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, dude, it's hard.
I know, they're stuck inside all day, every day, trying to do Zoom school.
Like,
their hormones are raging.
Oh my God.
Exactly.
I literally stared at my child and watched puberty happen because we were together every minute of the day.
Right?
And it literally happened like over the course of 2020.
Yeah.
Like, we went into the year with one kid and then we came out of the year with a completely different kid.
Yeah.
It was nuts.
Like, oh, I'm sorry, buddy. I'm so sorry.
You got a little kid going into this, and now all of a sudden you've got this little man, probably.
Dude, he's taller than me now. It's crazy.
That's insane.
He's so tall.
Yeah. I wonder if we should listen to
You
some
wanna
music.
listen
Should
to
we
some
do this
music?
part? Should we do some Blynd Submyshynz?
Might as well.
All right.
Oh.
You get it ready.
All right. So basically what we're going to do is we take email submissions from anyone who wants to. We pick them at random. This could be anything from somebody's bedroom project on Bandcamp to like a band from Serbia who's massive in Serbia, but we've never heard of here, and everything in between. So it's been fun to like just see what exists in the Bandcamp universe. So what's our first pick here?
So our first pick today is a band called Children of Atom, which Atom, ATOM.
ATOM. And I'm gonna share my screen, and then you guys will be able to see what we're looking at here.
And the song is called Radiation Blues.
All right, so can you guys see that?
Yeah.
It's a good title.
Children of Atom, Radiation Blues. All right, so let's hear it.
All right. Rock and roll.
Yeah.
That riff was gross. There's a fucking nasty bass line behind it too.
Yeah, that bass line was good. It's like I always perk up when I hear decent bass playing because it's like it's usually the last thing that's good on the submissions, and I'm a little bit sensitive.
I'm here too.
Yeah, come on, guys.
And it should not be that way because Steve Harris has showed us how to do it.
I know. Geddy Lee showed us this. We got models.
Don't get
John
me
Paul
started
Jones.
on Geddy Lee. Man, I've been this month has been like nothing but rush for me.
Really?
And like mostly books. Actually, I'm reading all the books, the biographies, the autobiographies, all of Neil's travel books that he wrote. Just like my whole fucking mind has been rush this month. If I haven't been working on new Asphodel Wine stuff, it's been rush pretty much.
Cool.
That's all.
That's always good with me. That could be every month for me, honestly.
But I think I saw yesterday that yesterday was the 40th anniversary of Moving Pictures.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, it was. And actually, fun fact, my phone right now is leaning up against a Rush coffee mug.
Nice.
Yeah,
JD. Oh, that's why I love you. One of the 1,000 reasons why I love you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Heard.
Right when that riff kicked off, I was hearing some Hendrix in there too. That was.
Yeah, it was really good. What did you guys think of the vocals once that kicked in?
I liked them. They were not what I expected, but I did like them actually.
Yeah, there's always an anticipation that builds while you wait for them to come.
That's always my I'm liking this right now, but God, the vocals could ruin it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's always the thing.
Yeah, it's not bad. No, they're kind of just grimy. It's not what I expected. Just like you said, Sarah. It's not what I expected, but it was good.
Yeah.
There's some Motorhead vibe in there as well, maybe.
For sure. Yeah, I'm gonna scoot forward a little bit in the song and listen to a little bit more. Well, here's a fun game since this song will the song have a guitar solo or not? What's your guess?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yes. Okay. So the track is 4 minutes and 16 seconds long. The game is guess when the guitar solo starts. I'll warn you that Buddy from Glory or Death Records literally named the exact second.
He did
when we did this.
I'm gonna say 3:28.
3:28.
3:57.
3:57.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was gonna say 2:10, but yeah, let's go.
No, you've
too early.
You've clearly never written a song like this.
Oh man.
It's gonna have 2 verses and 2 choruses before the guitar solo. Come on. All right. Yeah. So
these guys are from Spokane, Washington.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
So everybody.
What did you say again, Sarah? 3:27.
Well, that was Zach.
Oh, I said 3:27.
All right.
She said 3:20.
Yeah.
I hear it.
Oh, now you got to go back.
Yeah, I'll go back. All right.
That was kind of cool. It sounded like you were kind of like going down the rabbit hole. It was like
you were damn close.
That's what I'm talking about.
Right around 3:20.
Nice. That was tasty.
That was good.
Yeah, it was good, and the chord progression that was sitting under that solo was cool too. It was a little different than what had happened earlier in the song. All right, nice work, Children of Adam.
Way to go, Children of Adam.
Good job.
childrenofadam.bandcamp.com.
Let's see if they have any good merch. Yeah, go to childrenofatom.bandcamp.com and support them. Wait for Bandcamp Friday if you want them to get all the money, but otherwise, any day works.
Ooh,
yeah, it looks like they
have a science fiction up your ass novelty figure, which looks like a butt plug.
Oh,
that's
wait.
They're selling butt plugs.
There's so much to innovate in the world of merch. Really have to point out. Like Subrosa made underwear back in the day, and I want to do more stuff like that. So
yeah, completely. Do you think it says Children of Adam on the back end?
It should.
Oh, it shows. It does. It has an atom with a little sperm swimming into it. Wow.
So this picture that you're looking at right now, if you're watching the video, is what's on the back end of the butt plug. All right, definitely win the Innovators Award for merch so far.
Better hurry, though. There's only 5 remaining.
Only 5.
No.
Yeah. Get on it.
All right.
All right.
What's next?
That's amazing. Our next band is called Grim Earth.
Dream Earth.
And the song is called Sick Fuck.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh, Gimli. What is that?
All right, let's get a look at this cover. Stash of the Damned.
That's not a DPS, is it?
No, it doesn't look like it. So we're looking at the cover here. It's undead wizard with a bong and then some zombies and some mushrooms and weed everywhere. So, all right, I think we know what's going to happen here.
No, yeah.
Everything you expect to happen when you look at this aesthetic. So let's see
if it matches.
Yeah.
All right. Stash of the Damned.
Sludgier than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
Reminds me
That
a lot
riff
of
was tasty.
Yeah, it reminds me a lot of Toke, especially once the vocals came in.
Yeah.
Like that's and same imagery. Have you guys ever heard or played with a band called Toke? They're Midwestern. No, they're from one of the Carolinas.
Yeah, they're Carolinas.
I think I've heard of them. I don't think I've ever played with them.
Yeah, they're fun. They're more in the like straight Sabbath worship, super down tune doom, but with that same kind of screamy vocal. That was good. That was good stuff. So that song actually, did they ask us to play a particular song? They wanted us to play.
They said Sick Fuck.
Sorry, so that was Haunted.
That's all good.
That's fine. We'll listen. Let's see how Sick Fuck
starts.
Should we
see how Sick Fuck starts?
I just want to say that out loud.
Sick Fuck.
All right. Sick Fuck, here we come.
On Valentine's
Day.
Right.
Who said we wouldn't bring the romance? Hey, let's have a sick fuck. All right. Sorry. Yeah, I'm into that.
I'm into it.
You know, it's for me, it's interesting because I love this kind of music, but the context that I love it in is live.
Oh, for sure.
You know, like seeing Electric Wizard live is one of the best things ever. And this is, you know, a little bit in that vein. So this isn't something I'd, you know, whip out and put on my turntable. However, it would be really fun to see it live.
Yeah, for sure.
Completely.
I mean, and a band like this is really all about tone and vibe, which are much harder to capture in the studio than the notes that the riffs that you play.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, Zach, when that bass first came in, what do you think he's running that thing through to get that tone that he got, that kind of super fuzz tone? I always try
probably a Model T, maybe. I don't know. To be honest, I'm not. Fuzz isn't my thing, so I don't actually know a whole lot about it. Like I don't know. I'm not hip to this fuzz pedal and that fuzz pedal because I'm really more of a distortion guy. I know that probably seems like a small detail, but I don't know.
It is
like maybe a Model T, maybe.
Yeah, that was kind of my guess. I mean,
a fuzz face pedal.
That fuzz is a small detail. The difference between fuzz and distortion is a small detail. This is the part where JD tunes out and starts.
Wait, what?
Pedal talk.
Really? Oh, that's like the best stuff ever.
He's a singer.
Getting a little cut out.
Oh no, we're losing Zach. Hopefully he comes back. Oh, he's back.
I'm sorry, he cut out when you said that. I didn't hear what you said.
Oh no!
I just zone. I gloss over.
I didn't hear what you said. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, it looks like you're frozen up again.
I'm sorry. Give me just a second.
Yeah.
Let's riff.
This is standard Zoom stuff. Yeah, but the difference between fuzz and distortion is really important. Hey, we can hear you.
Hello. Oh, I can't see you.
No, when you have like
sorry, I seem to have this problem a lot.
Yeah, when you have weak internet, it'll turn the camera off to preserve bandwidth, which is fine.
Yeah.
If it comes back on at some point, that's fine, but don't worry about it too much.
As long as we
can you see me?
Yes.
Yes.
We can hear
and we can hear you, which is the most important.
Yeah, I use both, frankly. I find uses for both distortion and fuzz.
Oh.
I have a
damn. Can you not hear me?
No, we can hear you fine.
We can hear you.
Okay.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hear me now?
I'll be right back.
All right.
I'll be right back.
We'll fill.
So you appreciate pedal talk too, huh, Sarah?
Oh, you have a big board for the violin, right?
Yeah, and it's funny because some people like Zach, he is a master craftsman and luthier, and he builds himself all these beautiful instruments. And sure, I'd like to have more than one violin, but I have a strange relationship with my violin. It has been mangled, broken, lost on the side of the freeway, and yet we're still together.
Oh wow!
Holy cow.
It's been through some crazy things. Like when we came back from the Boris tour in 2014 and we were getting stuff, loaded out of the truck, we forgot to close the back of the truck properly. Like we were down and all of my shit flew out of the back of the truck, including my baby.
Oh my God.
I was devastated. And somehow this random guy found it on the side of the freeway and was able through Facebook to find me. And I brought her back, and it's great.
Man,
your life is just full of happy coincidences.
Well, that's happy after sad. So let's rewind a little bit. I assume you were brought up playing violin, a much more classical version of what you're doing, and then so you started violin to play in a band?
Well, so I knew that I wanted to play the violin, and I didn't start taking lessons until later in life. And we did do some classical things. My teacher, who's actually now teaching my son how to sing, she's also a great vocal coach. But this is funny because we were in the midst of our lessons, and I was really into heavy music. And one day I came to my lesson and I showed her this record. I don't know if you can.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes.
Have you ever heard this record?
No.
Okay. This is not available anywhere anymore. And I recently ordered this off of Discogs because I lost my copy. And the violin work on this album is what made me want to play violin in a heavy band. So I showed this to my violin teacher and she was like, girl, I can't help you. she was
So
like, what?
Just say the name of the record real quick so folks on.
The band is Devil Doll, not to be confused with the all-female kind of punkabilly band. This band is from Italy, and the album is The Girl Who Was Deaf. And the violin on this is just stunning. So that's what really got me started. And
oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I sort of expected like, kid forced to or enjoyed playing violin in a normal way, and then one day you got to have this moment where you like plugged it into a bunch of pedals and went whoa. But how fun. I mean, I love screwing around with my board too. Pedals are the things that you can do to expand the sound with just a little bit of technology. So cool.
Oh yeah, I have endless nerdy fun with that. Kim and I, who are also, we were in Subrosa together, and now we're in the Otolith together, and we are working on our first album right now. So we nerd out on that kind of stuff together a lot.
Yeah, Andy mentioned that you guys were working on writing and recording. So I'm
that's so great.
Very excited to hear that.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Who actually, like, how did they? I mean, I could understand, knowing somebody and, when you started Subrosa of, oh, hey, we should do a violin, but like, how did two violinists end up meeting and playing in, this band that was like violin based?
Oh my God. And I can't imagine my life without her, but it was kind of an accident because I left the country for about a year. And so while I was gone, they had to fill in, they had to have somebody fill in on violin. And when when I came back, it was super awkward because we didn't know what we were going to do. And then we thought, well, let's just both stay in the band. Let's just have two violins. And that was the best thing we could have done.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, for sure. What I love about it, especially live, is that I think maybe more than any other instrument, you have this ability to turn like a beautiful melody into like straight chaos, like cacophony in no time at all. You can go from just like calm love to just like complete chaos and like at a frequency that's important, because if I went that chaotic on a bass, like you'd sort of hear it, but you wouldn't really hear it because it's not going to cut through a mix the way a pair of violins does.
Yeah, you were always the hot knife through butter.
For sure. Yeah, that's fun, man.
Yeah.
So that's what I was gonna say. So other heavy bands that use people playing classical stringed instruments. So we have a Bay Area band I assume you probably know of called Gracian. Yeah, so they released a record last year that was spectacular.
So good.
Yeah, and they're friends of friends. Our friend Susie from Broome and Jackie are working on something together, and Jackie actually played on the last Broome record too.
Mm-hmm.
That's so badass, dude. I love those guys.
Actually, Broome opened for you guys at Oakland, the Golden Bowl.
The Golden Bowl?
Yeah.
Oh shit! I love the Golden Bowl. I miss Oakland right now. Like Aesop Decker is one of my best friends, and we stayed with him whenever we'd go out to Oakland. Man, I just miss traveling. I miss people.
I know. So I mean, we'd be at the Golden Bowl, or like 4 or 5 different clubs in Oakland that we either play at or put on shows at, and so I'm just used to being up there, or being in San Francisco, being at Bottom of the Hill, or at the Parkside in San Francisco. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's like those are our second homes.
You know, right? But
yes.
Zach has carefully and brilliantly crafted the live lineup for Asphodel Wine. So when it's time for us to tour, it's going to be incredible.
Oh wow! How many? How many? What does it include?
Zach?
I don't think I did it by myself, but
so modest.
Well, Kim is the second violinist. Chris from Minsk is going to be second guitar. Andy's going to play drums, and my good friend Norm, who I work with at Lakland, is going to be a bass.
Oh wow!
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so it's 6-piece.
So you talked Andy into it, huh?
Yeah, that was hard. He just hates playing music and touring.
Yeah, I know, he's the worst. He's all, yeah, okay, sure.
I think those who know and love Andy know that he's like the biggest band whore, and it's wonderful.
Oh yeah. We got into that. Honestly, the conversation we had with him about that was almost like asking him how many people he slept with. He's like, I don't know, 30. Maybe it could have been 50. I don't know. Honestly, I can't even. Does it count guesting?
Yeah, so I'm only counting. I've played with more than one live show and on a record.
Yeah, if he tried to count everything, it would just get out of control.
Yeah,
completely. Should we do the last song of this little bit?
Yeah.
I kind of want to get to this one because this is our Bandcamp one.
Okay.
So usually, I'm sure you two are aware, but Bandcamp does a really good job of curating music as well. And so they write a lot of articles about sort of genres or different just kind of interesting, fun things in music. And the article that was published 2 days ago was it was called The Fellowship of the Bands, which is 9 artists that are inspired by Lord of the Rings. So we know that, musicians throughout time have been inspired by Lord of the Rings. I mean, bands even like Led Zeppelin and, it's like huge bands. And so to pull together a list of all these bands that you couldn't, like, it would be enormous. So they just picked bands that actually were named after characters within Lord of the Rings.
Oh, no.
And this band is called Gimli, Son of Gloin. The name of the record is At Last, Durin's mightiest sons return to the field of the battle axe with battle axe in hand and glory in his heart.
Oh, how nerdy.
I love nerds. I love the profile picture, the Jonathan Rhys Davis profile picture. Especially knowing that he was allergic to the glue that they had to use to glue on those prosthetics to play Gimli. And it would like ruin his face for a day, but he did it. He was like in extreme pain the entire time he was filming those movies.
And so they're from Southampton, UK, and they are described as metal minus those boring verses, choruses, and solos, thus leaving only the most metal of song components, riffs and slams. And each song is less than 2 minutes long.
All right.
Oh my God. Awesome.
So the song we're going to listen to is These Accursed Garments Refuse to Accommodate the Mighty Strength of My Dwarven Form.
Oh, I love them already. I don't even care what it sounds like.
Yeah. I'm excited. And look at that logo.
Oh, that's great. All right. Are you guys ready for this? I don't think you are.
So
I don't
ready.
think any of us are, but let's hear it.
Wait.
Okay.
Did we just listen to the whole song?
I love it.
That's fantastic.
That sounds like Gimli.
It kind of reminds me of Silent Weapon a little bit.
A little bit. Silent Weapons is the death metal band that I'm in.
Oh, really? Silent Weapons?
Yeah.
Awesome.
His vocals are so brutal. You guys have to hear it. So good.
Are they on Bandcamp?
No, we're like on year 5 of finishing our record, and it's not done yet.
No,
but it's almost there.
So do you
quite be busy maybe a little bit with other stuff too?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, how many bands are you in?
Currently, well, Minsk, Asphodel Wine, Silent Weapons. I play bass in my friend's band called Non-Exotic. It's kind of like a Deftones, Soundgarden kind of thing.
Huh.
Nice. And actually Ryan, the drummer of Minsk, also plays in that band.
What's that called? The Sound Exotic?
Non-Exotic.
Non-exotic.
I think that's it. That's just those 4.
Oh, that'll keep you busy.
Yeah.
But like Asphodel Wine probably takes the most time.
Yeah.
Just because I spend a lot of time writing and practicing a bajillion hours.
So
I don't send my girl bullshit.
You've never sent me bullshit.
I was gonna say I don't get the sense that you've ever gotten an email back that was like, "This is fucking bullshit." You can do better.
I haven't yet. I have not yet. Not yet.
No, he'll send me a demo and I'm like, oh my god, how did you do that again? Like, I'm pretty good at writing riffs and sometimes lyrics and stuff, but I am not a good songwriter, like a song crafter as a whole. And he just is a genius at it, and I'm so jealous. It's like amazing.
I'm not a genius, but thank you.
Shut up, yes you are. Just accept it.
Yeah, you got to take compliments.
Once again, that modesty.
On Valentine's Day, you're required to take all compliments.
Yeah, this is our love episode.
Well, it's funny. I mean, we do talk a lot about, though, how there are different roles in a band, and like the best bands just have a good mix of people who fill all the necessary roles pretty well. And not everybody's going to be a great start to finish songwriter. I've admitted a million times I'm a trash riff writer. I don't even bother. It's like I connect parts and I do song structure and I do a lot of arranging, but I'm trash
sweet
riffs.
riffs.
Oh, good
That's
God.
super important though.
Yeah, transitions are a bitch. They're the hardest part for me to figure out how to get from one riff to the next in a beautiful, elegant,
subtle.
Yeah, it's really hard.
I mean, sometimes you want the hard cut, and that's a specific effect that you're going for. But most of the time, when you go, oh fuck it, we'll just go to that other part here, you've sort of given up.
Yeah, just stop and then go to the other.
Because there's usually a better way to do it.
Levi Hanna, who is also in the Otolith with us, who played bass in Subrosa, he is really good at all that stuff.
Really?
He's the one that helps to structure and arrange and make the transitions happen. So we're lucky to have him.
So how much of Subrosa is in the Otolith?
Everybody but one person.
Everybody but one.
Everybody but one. Does that change the songwriting process a lot, though? How did Rebecca do a lot of the writing for Subrosa?
Yeah, like she would write a song and which would consist of the guitar riffs and structure and the vocals, and then she would bring that to us, and then we would write our parts.
Yeah.
So, and it worked really well, but the Otolith is completely different.
Yeah, I can imagine.
All of us are writing songs. It's not just one person, and all ideas are welcome at the table. Just any weird thing you want to do, okay, let's do it.
Yeah,
who does most of the writing in Minsk, Zach? Or is it
all of
shared?
us.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's. I mean, it usually starts with riffs from Chris or Aaron, but we put songs together, like in the room.
Yeah.
I don't think there's ever really been showed up to practice. Okay, here's the whole song.
Yeah.
Now the rest of us learn it. We usually build it together.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've some people can do that. I've never been happy in a band where that was happening. I've always only been happy in bands where everybody was kicking in parts and ideas, and I just feel like you're like in a cover band or something. If you're, I don't know. There's ways that it
totally
works.
There's a song I wrote. Here's your part. Here's my part. You play this.
It's funny. I think I bought the first Minsk record like shortly after it was released because I had my first daughter in 2002.
You had a daughter?
I did. I have two of them.
But that was hard.
And I didn't have.
Oh, I've been groomed.
Sunday dad
don't have babies.
Sunday dad jokes. My daughter was born in 2002, and I had a need for music. I needed music that was instrumental and interesting, and I, somehow came across like the Pelican and ISIS and then just went down a rabbit hole. I think I was telling JD yesterday when we used to buy music on Amazon, and Amazon at the bottom had it, if you like this, then listen to this. And I would just spend hours bouncing around listening to different stuff. And somehow through listening to ISIS and Pelican, I landed on you guys on Minsk. And so I've been listening for a long, long time. So
Sweet.
It's one of my favorite kind of, enduring genres of metal that came in the post times.
The post times.
Yeah, after the 80s and, really after the 90s.
Would you call it post metal?
Yeah, it's, whatever.
I get to be both. I get to be in Minsk and I get to be a fan because I wasn't in the band for the first 3 albums. So
nice.
And they were like my favorite band. And then I got to join them.
It was like a dream come true, huh?
Yeah. I mean, there was a time when my entire playlist was Russian Circles, Red Sparrows, Minsk, Pelican, ISIS, and then if I wanted vocals, I'd listen to the Baroness Red album.
Yeah,
that was the one I would listen to if I wanted to hear words. But I was just got really into instrumental metal, and
it's easy to work to.
Yeah.
Oh, I love all that stuff, all of those bands. I mean, I was obsessed with Red Sparrows for a long time. I interviewed them way back in the day, and still work with Josh Graham on a lot of stuff.
Oh, nice.
That's cool.
What did you interview them for? Did you write for a magazine?
Yeah, Slug.
Oh, nice. That's
Slug.
awesome.
Yeah.
I know Slug well.
Uncle of Rules. She's amazing.
Oh yeah, completely. I'm so glad that she has just kept that thing alive, and I mean, not even just kept it alive, but like it's thriving.
Yeah, and how difficult is that? I mean, even in normal times, but to keep something like that alive for so many years, she's a hero.
Yeah. Oh, completely.
So give us a quick background on what Slug is.
Slug stands for Salt Lake Underground. It was like one of the very first zines that kind of existed in Salt Lake. It was like this, gritty little, I can't remember the guy's name. JR something started it.
Giovanni, wasn't that his name? Giovanni?
Yeah.
He was my brother's basketball coach.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's so funny.
And then Angela took it over and just kept it going and made it even better.
Yeah, but she like took it like to the next level. It used to just be one of those gritty little underground zines where all the crappy labels would have their ads and people would write shitty reviews. But it was just like this institution. Like everybody read Slug. Like if that was kind of how people got into, like, you'd pick up a Slug at a music store on the way out the door, and it was like, oh, what is this? Like, oh, this looks like something underground that I need to read this. This looks cool. And that's how people kind of really got into kind of the punk and hardcore and metal scene. It's great. And she's like kept it alive, and just it thrives now. They do like their own series of concerts all the time, and they do like anniversary shows for a lot of bands, and then like they have like snowboarding tournaments and concerts and skateboarding, and I mean it's become this thing that it's crazy. She's it's funny. I went to junior high with her, and actually I always had a big crush on her.
Okay,
but I don't know, it's so totally crazy, but like her best friend really liked me, and I didn't really like her best friend. But
JD's
going down a rabbit hole.
Adolescent love life.
I know, right?
Alongside Angela, like Kevin Kirk is also a Salt Lake hero. You know.
Oh yeah.
Like I love that dude.
Yeah, Kevin is. I got myself a new hoodie last week. Actually, showed it off on the show. Had to get my heavy metal shop. Kevin is just this guy. Is the guy I was telling you about. Like he started it in like 1987 and has had this heavy metal store since. I mean, it's been 30 plus years.
Yeah.
Just a metalhead that did it, man.
Yeah, that's cool. Well, it was interesting, Sarah. You brought up the notion of Salt Lake being a place where there's something to push against for the underground, and that's part of why I think a magazine like that survives. We're not pushing against it here day to day. We're pushing against other things.
Yeah.
But you know, there's no overwhelming force other than capitalism trying to keep artists down in the Bay Area.
Yep.
That's why they're all just gone now. Is really what happened.
That's what I always say. Like the scene in Salt Lake is so strong just because the dominant culture is so dominant that the subculture has to be super sub.
Yeah. Well, there's Karen Bischoff. He and his wife Tiffany have worked so hard to get Crucial Fest to the level where it was, before the pandemic hit. And I really hope that they're able to continue doing that and things, settle down, because they built it up from nothing to this gorgeous thing. I mean, Emma Ruth Rundle played, and Goat Snake, and just so many. I could go on forever, but yeah, there's some other beautiful Salt Lake people that I love.
Oh yeah, completely. Yeah, they're great. He's great. Yeah, we're friends on Facebook as well, and I've been to Crucial Fest a couple times actually.
Yeah, we were talking about going in 2020 together.
Yeah. I think I planned work trips like summer, because for some reason, luckily, the last couple jobs I've had offices in Salt Lake, so I've been able to visit home every once in a while. So I'll always try to plan my trips around Crucial Fest.
And that is very smart, because some beautiful moments bringing people together the way they have, and sacrificing a lot to make it happen.
Yeah. So there's keep an eye out on that for everybody that is listening that is not, from Salt Lake or has not heard of Crucial Fest. If you want to go to a really cool, just really inclusive festival with incredible bands, incredible musicians,
incredible music,
watch out for
Crucial
Fest. Incredible music.
Yeah, I could very much go for one of those. That's the other thing, is beyond going to see Yob will be the first time going to a festival for a couple days, whatever it may be, that's the first time where it's safe to go do it, whether it's Psycho or something smaller. Will be so fun to just see everybody after seeing nobody. To have kind of the whole extended metal family all in one place is a blast.
Oh man, it's everything. It's like my therapy, it's my joy. You guys get it. You guys are all in the same boat.
Yeah, it's funny. It's like, that's the thing where I wish Psycho especially is funny. If you can drag people from outside the scene, I think that's a festival that could convert a lot of fans. Because you just get exposed to something and you just be like, I didn't know this, I didn't know this existed.
Yeah.
And that it was this good, and that this many people were into it.
Well, this is a funny little detail, but our first date was at Psycho.
Oh really?
Oh really?
Which year?
The
year you played the pool
17
party with Yob? Yeah, we were.
What was the pool party post?
The post
party.
Show. We were at the post show.
Yeah.
Oh no way! So we were all there together.
All there.
Yep.
We were sitting with our feet dangling in the pool, and I was just hanging out with everyone from Minsk, and just watching Vol play. Did you guys see their set?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I miss those guys. They were amazing. I fucking love Sigrid. She's such a badass.
Yeah. That's that's a name I haven't heard in a while.
Yeah.
In a while, because that's Mike and Aesop and Yeah, this is good stuff. Yeah, I told the story before, but like a classic Andy moment was JD and I were talking to him side stage right before you guys started playing, and like somebody pointed and was like, "Hey, Andy, come on." And he's like finished his sentence and set his beer down and walked up to his kit, and I swear to God, like was like click and started playing.
Sat down 1, 2, 3.
Started playing. He's such a fucking pro.
Dude, it's true. He can just switch gears and do anything at a moment's notice.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Should we visit the merch table?
Oh yeah. Except I forgot in my haze of only waking up 20 minutes before I got here.
Skip the merch table.
No. I'll tell you what I got though. I got a rad signed copy of Imperial Triumphant's first record, which I'm very, very excited about. I love that band.
Nice. Yeah. No. So yeah, we want this to, we try to make this like a show. Because, we used to meet bands and talk to them, and this is how we do that now. But we like to visit the merch table because we still buy merch. Yeah, we don't go to shows, but we're still buying merch.
Yeah, JD and I are merch junkies. So
we.
So do you have anything that you've bought recently, whether it's merch or, or even equipment, pedals or guitars?
Yeah, I mean, I just got my Women of Doom pedal. It's from Black Arts Toneworks.
Oh, that's right. They made that special pedal for the record.
Yep, and it's really beautiful. I got the newish Strymon Night Sky, which is just a crazy, reverb pedal that's like this brick that's like this.
Yeah, all those Strymon pedals are gigantic and too complicated for dumb old me.
Whatever.
I bought Empress Ecosystem last year to delay, and I also bought their reverb pedal.
Oh, nice.
With that government money, so everything was shut down.
Putting money back into the economy, supporting small businesses.
That government money.
Yeah.
So you did what you were supposed to do.
Yeah.
He wrote a sick riff and sent it to me yesterday using both of them, and it is stunning.
Oh, that's awesome.
Like riffs just kind of fall out of this pedal. It's insane.
They just write themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I just need that pedal.
There you go.
So Zach, are you more? Because I know you play everything. What do you consider yourself? Just a multi-instrumentalist?
A stringed instrumentalist?
Or do you lean?
I'm a tinkerer. I mean, guitar is my first thing, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. Guitar and writing vocals, I'd say, is tied for first. And then bass. And then I just dabble. I can play Asphodel Wine songs on drums. That's about it. Yeah. Guitar and lyrics are my two favorites.
Nice.
Yeah.
For sure.
And find Zach on social media. I assume you do it on Instagram, because at Lakland he's always like doing these rad oil wipes on killer finishes on new instruments, and you get that great moment where you have a figured wood top that's bare, and then he just rubs that oil
it's like
on
bam,
and it looks incredible. Like instantly, those videos. Every time I see one, I'm always like,
the white videos really made a big. You got the wipe tattoo videos, the wipe guitar videos.
Yeah, we actually JD and I actually went to a exotic wood shop yesterday that sells a lot of tone woods and a lot of book match tops, but then also huge slat, like gigantic live edge figured redwood slabs that are
like tables,
$15,000 or whatever. Yeah, it's called Global Wood Source, and I know they
redwood, huh? Redwood, huh?
Yeah. Oh, let's see.
Here we go.
Got some right here.
Oh,
damn!
Look at that. See
yeah. Probably can't see. Oh, there we go.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
Yeah.
And
this is Sass Master.
That's what you call it?
Yeah. It's not a it. It's a her. It's not.
It's a her. It's a her. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sass Master.
Dude, okay, I'm just gonna go grab something that he made for me. It's a Morin core, and I don't know if you know what that is. but it's
I
a
don't.
Mongolian fiddle, and he made one for me custom from nothing, and it has a carved raven on the top of the neck. I'll go grab it.
All right, go grab
let's
that.
go grab that.
And in the video that goes up on YouTube, the video switching will make your screen the biggest when you were showing that guitar, so it'll be nice and big in the video.
Oh, wonderful.
I'll go ahead and show my records.
Yeah, I don't know if you can see my. There they are. They're all right there.
Oh, look
nice.
at that.
Well, not all of them.
Oh shit! There's more.
Yeah, that's what happens.
Hey, look at all those records too.
That's what happens when you build guitars.
Yeah. And I'm not particularly social all the time.
Yeah. So you got your guitars there.
Yeah, I spend a great
awesome.
deal of time at the shop in my free time.
Do you play anything that you didn't build? Do you play any?
Not anymore.
No more. I kind of figured that would.
I have a Gibson Explorer that I play in my death metal band, Silent Weapons. But even that I redid heavily.
Oh, look at that!
All right. So
Whoa.
So if you start talking, Sarah, it'll trigger the video. So just tell us about it.
So this beautiful instrument, he made as a surprise birthday gift for me. It is not properly strung up right now because it doesn't have the two bridges that go on it. But yeah, and he even put a pickup on it for me so that I can hook it up to my pedals. And I'm slowly learning how to kind of play it, although I'm a total newbie.
Wow. So is it like a fretless fiddle sort of a situation?
Yep.
Yeah. You said Mongolian.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can.
Mongolian fiddle.
I know what those are.
Oh.
Yeah. I love all these weird instruments. I saw Jay, the guy who built my bass, built Baglama for Jeff Matz that he's been using to write weird high on fire shit. And so I know there's and
That's so rad.
yeah,
I think I've seen him post videos of that.
Yeah, he has been, and he's like one of the most musical people I've ever met. I mean, that dude, from technology, amps, pedals, speaker cabinet architecture, science of sound waves, and then actual musical knowledge, theoretical musical knowledge. He's just got all of it. there isn't a topic that he's not educated on, but he's such a humble dude.
He seems like I've never met him, but he just seems like a rad, just down dude.
He is 100%.
How do you know how to make something like that? Like where do you say I'm gonna make my girlfriend a Mongolian fiddle? I mean, like, how do you learn to do that?
Yeah, what's step 2?
Where does that come from?
I just researched. I watched videos of them being made, and I would basically pause the video once the next step was, take a picture of it.
Yeah.
Screenshot it, like, this is step 3, and then keep the video going, pause, step 4. It just worked out. It just took my time, and it worked out.
The wonders of the internet.
The hardest part is that I don't know how to play it, and I don't know how it works. So I had no idea if it was right. Yeah. I just gave it, here you go.
Yeah, I mean, there must be information out there though on the scale length and some of the detail.
Yeah, there's specs out there, but they're not a lot. It's not a very common instrument outside of Mongolia.
Wow.
So are we gonna hear that on the next record?
Yes.
Yes, you will, and you'll hear it on the Otolith record as well.
Oh, nice.
Oh, cool. Here, Andy, record this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh? All right.
I gotta go potty real quick. I'll be right back.
No worries.
I'm very sorry.
Oh, no, it's okay. Long form podcasts, it happens a lot.
Yeah.
Usually it's me.
I have a very small bladder.
I need to do a quick cut of all the I have a small bladder comments.
Yeah.
You're not the only one.
It's all right. So what are you holding now? Do you grab something else? Or did you...
I think she was just hugging her case.
Oh, you were just you were hugging your case.
Lovingly embracing it.
So, when can we expect to hear the Otolith stuff?
Oh, so Our deadline is that we need to have the mixes beginning-ish of April. So we are working hard to make that happen. I'm getting over this gnarly cold flu thing, which fortunately was not the Rona.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
I mean, not good that you were sick, but.
Well, I'm like, whatever, I'll take it. In fact, it kind of weirds me out when you don't get sick for a whole year.
I know.
Weird.
You know, it's like you can't fight anything off.
Yeah.
Being so protected.
Yeah, I'm curious about that. I've had terrible allergies, so I felt like I've been sick all year. But
I know this whole thing. Everybody's going to get vaccinated. We're all going to go out again. We're going to go do things, and then everybody's going to catch the worst cold of their lives.
Oh no!
So in a way, I was like, bring it on. Let my immune system do some exercising for a minute.
Yeah. Oh, but I'm honestly so down for the masks long term. Like,
yeah.
Like thinking of all the illnesses you would get and how debilitating they would be. It's like, that's fine. I see why people in other cultures do this now. We were just took us a while to figure it out.
Yeah.
Or not.
Yeah, I mean, I get it too. Like maybe in the wintertime, I'll be doing it forever. I don't know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hopefully hopefully it'll be a little bit more widely accepted in society.
Yeah. What's it like in Salt Lake? Like how has the culture overall dealt with the virus, or have most people just pretended like nothing's wrong?
I mean, in Salt Lake proper, people have been fairly sensible and fairly, caring towards others' needs and respectful. Within my core friend group, there are people with varying opinions about things, but the point is that we all respect each other's differences and accept each other. But in other parts of Utah, in Utah County and so forth, it's been a little strange.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. It seems to be like an urban suburban thing, maybe. I don't know, but although we're suburban, the whole Bay Area has been. We have no issues, day to day. What I've seen maybe one minor public freak out, and we have one ridiculous group of like 5 people from some local church who make these videos liberating Whole Foods, and then it's like this 30-second video of them sort of quietly walking through Whole Foods without a mask on. I don't know what they're liberating. I don't know what
what are they liberating?
And then
exactly?
They like quietly walk out. It's so weird, but for the most part, we don't have to deal with any of that. Everybody's on board. So,
maybe people ought to go back to school and just take a few seconds.
Yeah,
seems that way.
Seriously.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I don't even take the garbage out without a mask on.
No,
I don't walk out my door without a mask on. That's all ever.
Yeah, I mean, you sort of hinted at being maybe an introvert, and maybe not a super social person. My wife is like that too. So this has been a very different experience for different people. But it's it's been interesting. Most of the people that we've talked to, and we're a little bit biased in terms of our audience and the kinds of bands that we're talking to, but everybody's been cool. Like we haven't had a live argument about about the pandemic.
No arguments.
We don't talk about it very much.
Yeah,
it ends up coming up. It's hard not to talk about it.
Yeah,
to some degree.
Completely.
Yeah.
Should we crank through the last set of tunes?
If you want, or you had a record. Show us your record. What'd you buy?
Oh, I can't compete with that.
Okay.
Are you kidding?
So you can.
Okay.
If it's a band,
it's not a contest.
Revelation Records had a big sale, and so I had to pick up some of my old favorites from the 90s. So I picked up this Far Side album.
Cool.
Far Side was like a cool post-hardcore, but they were more sort of early emo, heavy emo, I would say. Emo as we knew it back in our day, not our kids' version of emo.
Yeah.
And then also Ignite. So Ignite was one of my favorite kind of punk hardcore bands, and they reissued this album, Call on My Brothers. So of course,
Sweet.
the typical hardcore. Everybody screaming into the mic together. So I had to pick these up because they're two favorites from Revelation, which is a favorite label of mine from back in the day.
Oh, they put out all the hardcore, man.
Yeah, such good stuff. They actually reissued the Quicksand original 7-inch as well, and I grabbed that as well. One of my all-time favorite bands is Quicksand for sure.
Yeah.
Slip is my favorite.
Oh, yeah. That's maybe at least in the top 3, if not maybe my top, like my favorite album ever.
Yeah.
There is not a bad track on that record, and it's so good. So good.
I'll have to listen to it.
Yeah.
This is where I show the whole.
I have to add to this favorite record recently picked up.
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
Wait. I didn't mean to interrupt. I'm sorry.
No, it's all good.
Yeah. I got this record last year. It's a remaster of. It didn't come out last year, but the remaster did. It's Genius, the Martyrdom of a Catastrophist. It's been sold out for a long time, and they finally remastered it.
Cool cover.
I don't know if you know this band.
Junius?
No,
Junius.
I don't. Junius.
Junius.
Oh.
They're like in my top 5 ever.
Oh,
really?
They are stunning. I love
they're
this.
so good.
Yeah.
Huh.
It's kind of like if one needed a simple distinction, you could say it's like a thinking person's Deftones, but gothier.
That sounds really good.
I'm
That
in.
sounds like something I'd be down.
Yeah.
A thinking person. Oh, come on now. The Deftones aren't.
And I love Deftones. That was not a slam. I wasn't calling Deftones stupid. I'm just
No.
It's just very intelligent lyrical concepts.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I got it.
I'll have to check that out.
We've had Deftones talk a few times because they're a band that, being from the Bay Area, I was exposed to a lot early, and they were fun. But to me, always the power of the example of what your singer can actually pull off live versus what you put on the records being so important and so jarring. We talked a long extended rant last week after Jordan was on. We talked about. It seems to me that of all members of a band, so I'm curious to get your guys' take. The one who's least likely to go and like further their skills in their instrument is the singer, especially in heavy metal in particular. Like guitar players are practicing like crazy, and I've met very few singers in metal bands who like went and got vocal training and do real warm ups and have tried to improve their skills, and it's so valuable. It's such a worthwhile thing to do. If you're gonna sing.
Mike Scheit is one of those people that has been a really good example to others about how to be careful with your voice as an instrument and use it properly and continue to make it grow and be more powerful. He has given a lot of good advice to a lot of people.
Yeah, he is an excellent example, and he still sounds fantastic. And when he breaks it down and does those like acoustic versions, like there's an acoustic cover of Marrow that's just him and a guitar that sounds so great. So yeah, I love. So that is to say, I love the Deftones, but I saw them live so many times and had Chino just like screech at me in like tunelessly that it's like permanently colored my experience of the Deftones.
They're definitely one of my favorites from I mean all the albums that they put out, but the first time I ever saw them live I was like what? Wait, what song is this? What are you singing?
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I would say the person that comes to my mind would be Jazz Coleman from Killing Joke.
Oh yeah.
He's just like he's just better every time. And
Bruce Dickinson.
He's smarter and oh well, yeah, he's the style.
The positive example I usually give it that's mainstreamish is Mastodon. Like those guys didn't want to sing. Started singing. And I saw them live throughout their career, and they invested the time to improve. There you go. It's a great record, man.
Oh yeah.
Great record.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But now when you see them live, they pull that shit off, and that didn't just happen. They like actually train themselves and
Yeah, it
improve-
used to be kind of
improved.
rough.
It was.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You go back to those first couple albums, it was a lot of growling and yelling, and now they sing.
Well, no, and even once they start, like after Blood Mountain was where it turned, because Blood Mountain's full of songs that they had to really sing, and really had all the distinct voices, and then seeing them live at that time, it was like, oh god, I mean, I'm glad they branched off, and I love that record. I love Crack the Sky.
Yeah.
I'm not the only two good Mastodon records are the first two.
Oh no,
Crack
not
the
at
Sky
all.
is one of my favorite records of all time.
Yeah.
So.
No, I love them all.
Yeah.
I love
The
all.
Last Baron is.
Oh, the
my-
Last Baron is like, oh,
Yeah, that's a song. If you don't know, go listen to The Last Baron, and then like even think about trying to write a 12-minute prog metal epic, because it's like I mean, I put that up against. Maybe it's not fair because there's no vocals, but Rush at their finest is La Villa Strangiato, and I would put.
Thank you for saying that song. Oh my god, dude. One of the best guitar solos ever written by anyone.
It's brilliant. Yeah, it is. It is absolutely brilliant. He comes up a lot because I think he's an underrated solo player, and it's because he doesn't play solos like anybody else. I could pick out an Alex Lifeson solo, or really Alex Lifeson's guitar on anything. It's like nothing else sounds like it. But yeah, I would put those two songs kind of on the same level, and that probably makes a lot of Mastodon haters mad. And there's a bunch of them out there, but fuck them.
Yeah, whatever. I love them.
Yeah,
They're amazing.
They were one of the first, like when I first saw the music video for March of the Fire Ants, I was like, whoa.
Yeah, somebody sent me a link, probably like LimeWire or something, to Workhorse off of Remission, and I was just like, "What is this? I don't know who this is, but I need it in my life every day." That song's so nuts.
Do you have scissors on the inside of your arm?
I'm a sewing nerd, so.
Are you?
Nice.
Oh.
Okay, gotcha.
Cool. Buick McLean, that's my violin.
Oh, nice. Oh yeah, I can see it.
That's great. We're talking tattoos.
Tattoo
everybody
talk.
who's listening.
Tattoo. She has scissors.
Show them your beautiful quotes from Khalil.
What?
Show them your
What? Oh,
do
I
you
have
have some-
Minsk lyrics. But they're from Khalil Gibran.
I
on
was
my
just
ship.
gonna say, that's
Yeah.
oh, nice. My I used to work with a guy named Gibran who was named after Khalil Gibran.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
I'll show you.
He's
I don't know if you'll be able to catch this, but that's Bytor and the Snow Dog right there.
dude. Really?
Yeah.
Fuck dude.
There's the little Rush logo on his sword.
Dude, that's so awesome.
Yeah.
Respect.
I guess we can Rush nerd out.
Rush nerd
Yeah,
out.
dude.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
Shudder to Think star. Well, inspired by a Shudder to Think song, anyways.
Dude, Andy has some pretty cool Shudder to Think stories.
Who?
Oh, Andy.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course he does. I mean, Andy has stories for days about everybody.
everybody else.
Back in the mid-90s.
Yeah, seriously.
Start like that. Back in the mid-90s.
Back in the mid-90s.
So I was on my bed with Zach De La Rocha.
Yeah. Just recording.
You were what? Yeah. No, Andy's gonna have to be a repeat guest because I think we maybe got like 5% of the stories out of him. So
that. I mean, 1%.
There's a bunch more.
So funny.
All right, do you have more music?
Yes, we have a little bit more music to
All right, what do we have?
Should we do this real quick?
Yeah.
We're coming to the end. So the next band is called Tigers on Opium. This is actually one that Alyssa sent us.
Yes.
So the band did not submit. Alyssa sent it to us. We're talking Alyssa from
Lord Dying.
Alyssa
was there.
8 Bells, formerly 8 Bells.
Cool.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So she shot this over.
Yeah.
And said, "You guys have to fucking listen to this."
Yeah.
So,
8 Bells is one of my favorite people. Linda Jackson.
Oh yeah.
Love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
So you that's that whole Bay Area crew, Melinda and Aesop, and used to be Billy when he was still down here. Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah, we had Billy. There's a Billy episode too. So if you want to feel like you can catch up with Billy, he's a couple episodes back
before talk about anthropology.
Before I talk about cave paintings.
Cave paintings in Brazil.
Yeah.
Oh, and like Graham and shit. Okay.
Probably Billy actually studied anthropology in college and is like obsessed with all these ancient paintings.
It's pretty awesome.
That's a good obsession.
Yeah.
All right, so
what we got?
What
we
song?
Jam Stoner.
We Jam Stoner. What's the song that they want us?
Dark Electric.
Excuse me.
Oh, nice.
That was
good. Good
Oh,
out.
That was a good one. I don't get fours very often.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Let's do it.
Whoa,
I'm into it.
I think my favorite part about that was actually the vocals, and it's weird, but do you guys know the Ravenettes?
Yes.
Yeah, kind of reminds me of the vocals remind me of a heavy version of the Ravenettes, although they had their heavy moments.
Yeah, no, yeah. I like that a lot, and it was like pretty boilerplate until he started singing. Like that riff, I was searching through my head which other song is that? Which Queens of the Stone Age song?
Wolf Mother.
Wolf, yeah, it was Wolf Mother.
Yeah, Wolf Mother.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
But then when the vocals came in, I was like,
I really like the vocals.
All right.
Yeah, the vocals are cool.
All right.
it was like chilled me out.
The booger.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it was cool.
That was good. All right, so these guys, it looks like they have a bunch of releases.
Yeah,
a few releases. I think I've heard of this band.
Even a new one.
I don't think I've ever listened to them though.
Okay, sweet. I like that.
Tigers on Opium performing the Melvins Hooch to support Shoot PDX. Huh.
Interesting.
So there's some kind of...
It's weird because it says on their thing, it says Tigers on Opium circa 1978. So definitely not 1978.
Good year,
there
though.
They are. Is that, the year you were born, I assume?
Me? No.
No. Good
Flip it around.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
I was born in 87.
87.
Yeah.
You were like the peak of thrash. 1987.
Seventh Son of the Seventh Son, baby.
Yeah.
My favorite album.
I loved, those. I loved both of those. Somewhere in Time and Seventh Son. Those are my favorite.
87 was actually right about when I picked up a bass for the first time.
Yeah,
I finally decided I was going to start playing. Yeah, it's like
it was
middle
also
school.
the year that Zach first picked up a bass.
Yeah. I like that.
Yes.
Oh, the new album. That's cool.
Dude, his mom sends me the cutest pictures of him when he was little tiny dude.
That's amazing.
His guitars.
I had toy guitars. And I wish there was photographic evidence, but I had, when I was like 6 years old, a plastic guitar that I wrapped electrical tape around it to look like Eddie Van Halen's.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
That's rad. When did you actually start playing?
8.
8?
I was 8 years old. Yeah.
Did you take lessons and stuff, or did you teach yourself or mix?
I took lessons when I was like 11, maybe, for like a year or so.
Yeah.
But I mostly just went in and like handed my teacher like the Black Album and was like, Enter Sandman, how do I do that? It wasn't like what's a pentatonic or what's a suspended this or that. It's no, teach me Enter Sandman.
Yeah, that was the one time I took guitar lessons. It was me and this other guy, and the guitar teacher came to his house, and we both had our guitars. We just said, "Just teach us Ride the Lightning."
Yeah. Straight up.
Oh no.
Get a new teacher.
Yeah,
that's the important shit.
Yeah, exactly.
At the end of my very first lesson, the teacher said, "All right, now, I want you to pick a song that you want to work towards learning how to play." And I was like, "Cool, I already know I want to learn how to play Tom Sawyer." And he goes, "No, I think we're gonna have to start a little bit, a little bit easier than that." And I was like, "No."
Why?
So I picked something else, and then I just taught it to myself, and then went and played it for him a couple lessons later.
You should be like, okay, YYZ. Teach that instead.
That was next. Yeah, actually, or Free Will.
All right, are you ready for another one?
Yes.
Okay, we're gonna do this one was actually just sent to us on Friday.
Oh.
So I wanted to pick something new. A guy named Ben who runs a record label called Destruent Records. Actually, a good old Chris from the Doom Tomb podcast sent him our way.
Okay.
So he sent, it's Shepherd is the name of the band.
And that Tigers on Opium song was rad. Go listen to them.
Was super rad.
tigersonopium.bandcamp.com, and it looks like they had a bunch of merch and stuff. So
the song that we're going to listen to is called First Hand. And it looks like this is the one band on his label right now, and he describes it as an interesting mix of Torch, Deftones, and Mastodon.
Oh,
cool.
So we'll see what we get.
So here's
I like those things.
Philosophical question though: are you scared saying
I'm
something?
scared.
Saying something like that about your band? You got to have some confidence to throw that out there.
I'm a little scared.
You're scared?
Those are some big shoes to try to fill.
Yeah.
I like the artwork.
Yeah, the artwork's
me too.
cool. It's kind of subtle. Those hands. It's it looks like an Egyptian stone carving, sort of.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Some shepherd's crooks.
Yeah, it's super cool.
So
looks like this just came out in November. Oh, there's people leaving my house. Wait, Austin Garrett? Why does that name sound familiar?
I don't know. Huh. So the destruenrecords.bandcamp.com. The band is called Shepherd, and they want us to listen to
First Hand. Wait, First Hand is the album, right?
No, yeah, that's.
Wait, there's not a song called First Hand?
Nope.
Shit.
We'll just play Persephone.
Just play Persephone.
Persephone.
Let's do it.
That's the default. We play whatever song the Bandcamp page lands on. All right.
Let's hear some Shepherd. I think I could like this.
I really liked the opening, and I hope there's more of that sort of acoustic sounding interlude weaved in.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was high up on a bass with a bunch of delay and reverb and shit. That was cool. I'm guessing, so it's a little hard to hear some of the higher guitar parts. I'm guessing the Torch influence is that he's probably playing that bomb tuning that Steve used in Torch and Floor, because those chugs on the low end are so messy. And for those of you who play guitar or don't play guitar and don't know what bomb tuning is, go look it up. But essentially, you got 3 E strings in a row, and one of them is basically not tuned at all. It's just so low, it's floppy, and it just
I actually played.
You do?
I played Steve's guitar. Minsk toured with Floor in 2015 in Europe.
Oh, nice.
And I played his guitar, and it was bomb tuning. What the fuck is this? It was awesome, though. It was so cool. Like, I could never make this sound good. It's awesome that you make this sound good.
That you figured it out. Yeah, but those really grimy chugs in there sound to me like they would be the bomb tuning. But I think that's also why it's hard to hear some of the higher up stuff.
Yeah. Let's move forward a little bit. Listen to some more. I want to hear some more of this.
I feel like I haven't heard enough.
Get about halfway through. Oh, you asked and you got it.
Ooh.
Yeah,
this is my jam. Ooh. I like this kind of stuff.
I like it. I have
that sounds fun.
I have production quibbles.
That's my well, but I'm all about dynamics, and I think that I would absolutely drool over this if it was just.
I was thinking that too. I was like, the production, even though we're hearing this kind of like not the best, but I feel like the production of this album I'm gonna like.
Yeah,
it seems like.
Yeah, I don't know. It's got some weird spots. The snare sounds real weird, and we're hearing it slightly better than you guys because the audio is running through an audio interface right into our headphones and not over Zoom. But it's a debut record. I don't think it has like problems that I wouldn't release it over, but I just isn't like I think somebody could improve it in the studio, but it's for a first release it sounds great.
I like the music itself. I really like.
I'd want to see them live for sure.
Yeah, completely.
I want to find out more. I want to get into the substrate there.
Yeah,
I want to do one thing really quick.
Sure.
I want to see how this album starts.
Okay, it starts with the song called Sea Cave.
Sea Cave. I want to see how this is your intro to them.
Yeah, are you guys in any of your bands involved in like the minutia of Bandcamp, managing your shit on there?
We just made Asphodel Wines, and I don't think we even have anything up for sale yet, do we, Sarah?
I don't know. I don't think
because one of the choices you have to make is which song, when they land on the album page at first, what song does it start with? So the question is, do you start with the opening track or do you start somewhere else to try and hook someone in if they're just going to press play once?
Yeah, that's tough. We do have stuff for sale. I put the tracks up.
Oh, good. Yeah, we'll look at that in a little bit.
Yeah, it's interesting to me because it and like, what's the thinking if you decide that the first song you want somebody to listen to when they come to Bandcamp is not the opening song on the record.
Mm-hmm.
Why did you decide to open with one song, but you want people to listen to another song?
So for me, it's about you don't have someone who's not familiar with you is not going to come out of the gate saying I want to listen to the record. They're going to come out of the gate saying I want to hear what this band sounds like.
Well, completely.
And when your record starts with a 1-minute atmospheric intro or something, then they don't.
Which it does.
You just don't have the time to capture them. Yeah, of course it does. I think every record ever written.
Yeah.
You know, because like the data shows you got like 15 seconds to like hook them and get them to keep listening. So
it's just interesting the way that the world has changed with digital now,
Yeah.
where you have that. Like before it was you put your best song as the opening track on your record. That way people listened, you know, because you didn't go and listen to the fourth song on the record to start with.
Well,
but now in the world of digital.
That's because you're a punk guy. Yes didn't put their best song first. They put the first song first because that was the opening.
Because that was the story.
The opening
That's
paragraph
where the story
of the story.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
So these are different.
So maybe it
yes.
is. Maybe it's just where the worlds that we come from are different.
Yeah, but a band like that now does have the opportunity to find one song that starts fast and put that as the first song so that you can kind of catch people. And I move it around honestly just to kind of see what the difference is, because Bandcamp gives you interesting statistics, how long people are listening for and stuff like that. So you can kind of get a sense with each song of where they get hooked, where they get turned off. You know, the back end of everything that we talk about here, you can actually kind of see.
Huh. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
All right, here's your page. All right, so for everyone who's watching on YouTube or not watching on YouTube, here's the first, and this is a good transition point, I think, to talk about. The record that they put out is called Slow Dance Macabre. So in addition to doing a song on our Deep Purple tribute, they actually put out a full length and have already recorded a second full length and are in the middle of writing a third one. And Zach is holding up the record. So
woohoo! Looks to me like there's some hanky panky going on below the fold.
There sure is. Check it out. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. This band's Asphodel Wine. We're about hanky panky. Asphodel Wine is about.
That's our whole bio. Just hanky panky.
Hanky
panky. Yeah, hanky panky's kind of missing in music right now because it it had a bad moment in the 80s. Hanky panky did in heavy music, and we kind of I think got turned off to that. But I think this is the way to do it now. This is the modern way to do it, where it's consensual.
Yeah, consensual is key. Consensual is key.
Exactly. 100%.
And for anybody that's just listening to the podcast that's not watching, I mentioned that because there's two hands that are sort of embraced in finger to finger, and they're just coming up from the bottom.
Yeah.
So you can tell there's something going on.
And there's lovely candles and a beautiful pattern.
Yes. So are those your hands? I'm assuming they are.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, that's cool.
You didn't get hand models for that.
No.
So everybody go to Asphodel Wine, ASPHODELWINE.bandcamp.com. You can see the first record there. More to come. When is the second one? What are you guys thinking about releasing the second record? It's only been a few months since the first one came out, so
We don't know yet.
Yeah.
It's technically not finished yet, but it's really close. We haven't started shopping it yet, so
Gotcha.
to be determined.
Yeah. And would you wait until it's looking like touring could be a thing again, or is that not part of the consideration? Like you just want to find a label to release it and then release it
I don't think so. I think, yeah. I'm already thinking about the third album, to be honest.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Well, how cool in a way though to say you get through recording a third album before you're even on the road heavily, and you have a massive catalog of songs to bring to the very first live shows you get to play. What a crazy riches. Most bands when they start off are just scraping by with like the 6 best songs they could come up with, and they probably shouldn't be playing them all out live, and they certainly haven't been put through the ringer in a studio and had all the kinks worked out of them. So
right,
I expect you're gonna see a much more finished product on stage than from a typical, well, especially considering the people involved are all professional as hell. So
yep. Our dream, our goal is to tour with Nick Cave, so that's what we're planning.
Oh shit!
I mean,
that would be a dream come true.
I mean, I can see this record in a lot of different places. It fits in a bunch of different catalogs to me. I could see it in the Sargent House catalog. It would make absolute sense to me. In Prophecy, over in Europe, makes a ton of sense to me. Even like Profound Lore, with a really strange lineup of everything from John Carpenter, soundtracks to
that's not Profound Lore.
Not Profound Lore, Sacred Bones, and Emma Ruth Rundle and Thou. Yeah. So from Mort Garson's music for Plants to Emma Ruth Rundle and Thou is a pretty wide swath of music.
Yes. All right. Well, you know what? I think we made it through.
Yeah, we have
one last question for both of you,
which is two questions.
2 questions. 2 questions?
Well, no, it's one for each.
Oh, one for each. So, we would love to know your hometown, wherever that is now or wherever it was. Your all-time favorite band from your hometown.
Yeah, like your hometown hero.
They don't need to be active, but all-time favorite hometown band.
A lot of times it's a band you like found in high school.
Yeah,
it seems to be. So Zach, is it Chicago for you?
I'm from Peoria.
You're from Peoria.
It could be,
And I know this is probably lame, but my favorite band from Peoria is Minsk. It really is. It really is.
Oh, you did say that, right? Yeah, you were a huge fan before you joined.
Yeah, that's before I was in the band. So, and it really is. Even if I had never joined, that would still be the case.
That's
my
awesome.
favorite Peoria band is Minsk, without a doubt.
I've been to Peoria. I can't imagine there was much of a Peoria scene, but am I wrong? Or
there's a handful of really good bands, but it's not a long list, and a lot of it's kind of incestuous. It's like a lot of the same people plays in this band or that band. And between the members of Minsk, I think there's 11 or 12 bands.
Holy cow. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And yours is Subrosa, Sarah? No, I'm just kidding.
Always like special place in my heart, but I think that I'd have to say mine is the Wolves. They're not active anymore, but totally shaped my young psyche as far as Salt Lake bands. And there are a whole list of Salt Lake bands I could go off about, but if I had to pick one, it would be them.
I'm gonna have to look them up because it definitely sounds like one that I missed.
Oh man, I mean their live shows were so powerful, and they're all my dear friends that I've collaborated with on lots of different stuff. Terry Wakefield, who played bass in the Wolves, was in Subrosa for a little bit, and Eli Morrison, who was kind of the mastermind behind all of it. I've collaborated with him on a bunch of stuff, and he's a crazy genius.
Oh, nice. Do you know if they have music on? That's out, like on Bandcamp or anything?
I know that Eli posts stuff all the time. And if you look up, because they spelled it, incorrectly on purpose. It was WOLFS rather than Wolves.
Gotcha.
Wolves.
The Wolves.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Oh no, they're on Bandcamp.
Yeah.
And right below them, there's a band called the Wolf Sisters.
Oh.
The Wolf Sisters. Oh, they had a
lovely.
Wow, they've got a ton of records.
Yeah, what years are we talking about? They're active.
Oh man.
The newest one was 2008.
Yeah.
And that was that was the year Olive was born. So I was in the thick of becoming a dad.
Everything. You don't have much to spare those years.
Yeah, it was interesting. I took a long break too when we had kids. just because people who aren't in bands don't realize what kind of a time commitment it is to really be in a band. And to casually play with people is one thing, but to like actually be in a band and do all of it, especially DIY, it's a massive time commitment. It's not super compatible sometimes with raising kids. Sometimes people can work it out. I wasn't able to. The last band I was in we had a practice studio that was an hour away. It was just like it was like hours and hours of my time. You know, my wife and I both working full time, so I couldn't say like, well, you know, you handle the kids, because we were both exhausted at the end of the day. So
that's crazy. Mm-hmm. Well, it was so great chatting with the two of you. Sarah, it was great to meet you. Tell all of our mutual friends hello from me.
This was fun.
This has been awesome.
No, this really made my day, and this is the kind of thing that Zach and I would think is a good Valentine's Day activity, because it's a silly holiday. Love is every day. Valentine's Day is every day.
Yes,
it should be.
It should be.
It should be. I'm gonna go home and tell my kids that Valentine's Day is every day. Are you hopped up on sugar yet? I got them a 2-pound customized bag of Sour Patch Kids, so we're probably like peak sugar buzz.
I have to tell. I was telling Jeff earlier, but I think Sarah, you'd appreciate this. But my wife and I met. We worked at JMR together, and so way back in the day, and it was on Valentine's. I don't even know what year it was, 97 or something like that. But she gave me a giant bag of Swedish fish, and that was when I realized that I was in love with her. And so now we give Swedish fish. Our kids get Swedish fish every Valentine's, and I give her Swedish fish, and she gives me Swedish fish, and so it's our Swedish fish holiday. Actually proposed to her out in front of JMR because that was where we met.
Awesome. I hope you weren't working the day I shoplifted.
Well, I was at Cottonwood Mall, so you were. Yeah, okay.
I got in subs, but I stopped doing that a long time ago.
That's good.
Oh yeah, my wife has a killer shoplifting story.
Yeah.
Oh man. I don't know why people hassle kids so much, but she worked at the mall and her boyfriend worked at the ice rink at the mall. And every day after work, everyone would go hang out at the ice rink, and there was a coat hanger next to the candy machine, and they just coat hanger out a candy bar or whatever. And one night, the mall security decided to call the cops on all of them. And luckily, Laura was 18, so she had to deal with it on her own, but she had to pay like a $1,500 fine
for stealing candy.
For stealing a fucking candy bar out of the candy machine.
Wow.
That is ridiculous.
I never shoplifted.
I don't know if I did.
No,
all right.
Actually, no. I
That was a good boy.
I shoplifted last week.
What?
Because it was accidental. I get him back for it. The grocery store that we shop at is literally within walking distance of our house, and he and I live like 2 blocks apart. And I go there almost daily. You know, depends on what's going on. And I buy ice a lot. And so I finished checking out at self-checkout and went to grab the ice, as I do on my way out when I check out. And realized, oh shit, I didn't pay for the I didn't pay for the ice, and I was just like, I'll just buy it next time when I don't actually buy ice. So when I went the next day, I just paid for it.
Yeah, you make up for it.
I made up for it.
I've done that. I've done that where I had like a baby in the car with me. I left something on the bottom of the shopping cart, forgot to pay for it, and I'm like, I am not fucking going back. I'm not taking this baby out of their seat, going back in to pay for this roll of toilet paper. Like, I'll catch him next time. But I digress.
Awesome.
Not chocolate is wrong. Is very wrong.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
do not shoplift.
Happy Valentine's Day to both of you.
Yes.
You too.
Look forward to hearing the new music. Maybe you'll write something extra beautiful today.
To show you all something really quickly, since we all have this common friend that we were talking about a lot just a second ago. I'm going to show them first. Are you ready? I don't know if you can see that.
No.
Can you see that?
Is that Andy?
Is Andy Patterson without a beard.
Whoa.
Oh my God, it is him.
Found that in a pile of photos I was going through the other day. We used to go on a lot of like blind double dates and triple dates and stuff together. We used to hang out in the same group and go on lots of same dates. I can't remember his girlfriend's name at the time, but remember when you used to take photos of people and you have to go and print them out and
yeah.
a whole shoebox full of them, and Andy was in a bunch of those. So I thought that would be fun to share because I don't think many people have seen him or even remember what he looks like without a beard.
Without a beard.
Yeah.
He looks like the same kind of snarky, like give you shit guy that he currently still is though.
Oh, completely.
He looked kind of jockey almost.
Yeah.
Like he could have been on the. Told me that guy was on the football team, I'd be like, all right,
yeah,
that tracks.
That's just the '90s hardcore kid look.
Yeah. Awesome. All right. Well, we are going to wave goodbye.
Yes.
Happy Valentine's Day. Write something great today.
I'm going to try.
All
Go
right.
write a great love song.
Thank you.
Take care of you too.
So much.
Bye-bye. You pushed the wrong button there, dude.
There. Okay. All right.
That was a fun one.
That's fun. It's challenging managing 4 people on Zoom.
It is.
But we got there.
First couple we've ever spoken with.
Yeah, first couple. And we could have done Amy and John together.
Yeah, that's true.
For some reason, I didn't want to talk to John.
Fuck John.
Guy's boring. Sorry, John. You're not at all, actually.
Really boring. Next time. I think we were just trying to get it all figured out. We didn't dare have 2 people dial in.
Yeah.
Until episode 20.
Yeah, we weren't the technical wizards that we
are now.
That we are now.
You know it.
The show never has problems.
No,
always
never have problems.
Always perfect.
This is great. Now I know you're a shoplifter.
It was a bag of ice. I paid for it.
Just recently, too. Damn.
Oh, no, I've done that at Lucky a bunch of times.
You just get so used to it.
I do. I almost treat that place like my cupboard. And oh, no, this is a store and I'm a customer.
Yeah.
I should behave a certain way.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I don't know if I have much more in me.
I don't have
much
more in me. We're not going to riff for an hour like we did last time.
No, not this time.
No, not this time. We got Valentine's to do. We got to go be with our families.
We got to go hang out.
It's an important holiday.
Have sweet love. We're just going to have it.
Just have it.
We're not going to make it.
We're going to have it. We're not going to make it.
It's just going to exist in the world.
It's just going to exist in the world.
All right, everybody. And before I forget, corn.
Field eat.
We made you wait until the very end, Justin.
Yeah.
Shout outs to Justin. Sweets.
People are going to want to meet this Justin guy
on Valentine's Day. Oh, we have to have Justin on for an episode. He's a semi-professional podcaster himself.
Oh,
yeah.
Nice.
So, anyways.
Is this it?
I was Jeff Wilson.
You were?
I was. I am no longer.
Oh, I was Justin Norton.
You were just.
I am now JD Norton.
Yeah. I was Jeffrey Scott Wilson.
Ooh, Scott. My middle name's Deloy.
That's
weird.
That's way better than Scott.
Is it?
Scott. That's all Scott is to me now is Austin Powers. Seth Green getting yelled at by his mom.
Scott. All right. Well, this has been another episode of Blynd Submyshynz. Submit to me. You will submit to me. We out. Thanks for joining us for another week of Blynd Submyshynz. See episode description for links to all artists discussed in this episode, and visit their sites to support them directly by buying music and merch. Share links to the podcast or YouTube videos with your friends, especially if they're in bands. Bands, if you want us to listen to your music on a future episode, please submit one song to blyndsub@gmail.com. That is blyndsub, BLYNDSUB @gmail.com. Bandcamp links preferred, but not required. Find us on social media at Blynd Submyshynz. Full video episodes are available on our YouTube. Remember, we go in blind, so you don't have to. Blynd Submyshynz.